rock and roll.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me this morning. My co-host, Ryan, is here with me. She's going to be joining me in just a few minutes. We're going to have some fun and talk about stuff, and it's Wednesday, and there's some interesting things going on in the world that we'll talk about some of that stuff. Let's see, what else have we got going on? I'm testing a different AI that I'm going to use on the show. That's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about some of this stuff. I'm going to try to use. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see. I moved my thing. We'll be back in just un moment.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
All right, we are back. Let me bring Ryan up here. There's Ryan. How are you doing today so far?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. Yes, so far so good. It's all downhill from here, really. I mean,
Well, you look like you're going uphill with that perp. You got that pretty perp on. I like it.
Yeah, it was a last minute choice. I went in there to get something and I was like, it's a little brighter than I anticipated.
I think it's perfect.
But it's all right.
It really is. Like it's like almost lilac-ish, but with like a hint of pink. Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Yeah. It's one of those that's some various colors it's got going on. Yeah, it's kind of pinkish. Yeah. Yeah, so I dig it. It's cool. Other people dig it. It's cool. The evil one digs it. That's cool. John Hudson, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Ryan, that spark of sunshine. Indeed, she is. Bomb Poppy is here. The color looks great. Thank you. Ambushed Apostate is just about, I believe, fixing to go do some voodoo on moving. Let's see. Today is pack up day for me. Tomorrow is moving day. Well, Ambushed Apostate, good luck. Hope everything goes well for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to your new place, man. That's awesome. Hit me up when you got time. We'll do things. Philip Lister is here in the chat this morning from Sweden. In fact, we got people from all over the world. I think it's wonderful. It's fantastic. I appreciate everybody. It is. And then let's see, who else? We got the Theophilus here. Right-handed Sith is here. Neuro Geezer is here. Good morning, Neuro Geezer. Thank you for joining us. Vesta Freya is here. Good morning, all you wonderful heathens. I think I'm going to grab that. I'm going to go up there like that. There we go. That just makes that more gooder.
Purple is a good color.
Purple good. Purple good.
Green. Purple
Yes.
green.
I agree. There we go. Let's see. Neuro Geezer, Sweden in the house. That's right. Misinterpretations is here. Purple is my favorite color, according to Misinterpretations. That's awesome. Ruh-roh. Did I do that? What the hell am I doing? Why for art thou doing that? Controls. There we go. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Make us biggie so we're biggie on the screen. Running the show on the usual groups. Well, thank you, Philip Lister. I very much appreciate that. Muttley Von Erich is here. Good afternoon. Like I said, we have people from all over the place. Vesta Freya, John Hudson. John is in Arizona, I believe. Of course, we've got Sweden in the chat. We've got Muttley. Muttley, you're in England, aren't you? I think you're in England, somewhere like that.
The name sounds English, doesn't it?
It kind of, yeah. Well,
I don't know why. Just to me, it sounds.
Sounds a little German.
Well, it does, but I don't know why.
Baron von Richthofen kind of thing. I don't know, But you're right. I guess it kind of does get that image. Illinois from Chick Magnate. John Hudson says he's in Texas. Okay. Wales, still in the UK though. Yeah, that's true. Muttley Von Erich is in Wales.
Wales.
There you go. Originally from Arizona. Okay, I got you, John. I thought you were in Arizona. Bomb Poppy is in Detroit.
Exotic Detroit.
Yes. Yeah. I just Bomb Poppy, keep low, keep your head down.
Is Detroit Motor City?
I think it is. It used to be. It was many moons ago. Yes.
Right. How the mighty have fallen.
I know, right? It was kind of coming. They talk about this new. There's like a Ford. I'm forgetting the other one. They call the new one though Stellaris. I'm like, oh, Stellaris. It's not one of the big three that we were, So instead of saying Ford, GM, or Dodge, it's now Ford, Stellaris, or Dodge.
Oh. Huh?
Or something like that. Okay, look at this. We got Canada, people from Canada, Calgary, Canada, Alberta. That's fantastic. South Carolina, misinterpretations. That's awesome. Sargent, Texas, from The Awfulist. Stellantis, yeah, Stellantis. That's right. Von Erich is Von Erich is a wrestling family name. Yeah, the Eric Von Erich.
Oh,
you remember those from our Ute?
I'm not sure.
Some wrestling brothers. They made a movie about it not long back. Eric Von Erich and his brothers, yes. One of which was an amputee like me, so it's a nod to that from my days I helped with wrestling shows. That's cool. Muttley, cool. I kind of, I was 10 or 11 whenever the Von Erichs were doing their, actually they had kind of done doing their thing. That you'd, every now and then you'd see them, but they kind of, yeah. Dark God 646 Sinners Winners. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Jeanette's Boxing Channel is here. Thank you all. Fritz Von Erich. Fritz was the dad, right? Fritz was the dad. Fritz, the old man, if I remember right.
Me not know.
Let me see here. Yeah, me not know. Me see nothing. So the question of the day is, what is your notion of an angel? Of course, I don't really have a notion of an angel. There are messengers in the Bible or whatever. There's lots of different things that people refer to as angels.
True that.
That we kind of use as a generic thing. So, in the pictures though, like I went and asked ChatGPT to create me an image of a biblical angel.
Yeah. What'd you get?
And it's exactly what you expect. It's got like a bunch of eyes and a bunch of heads and.
Okay.
Yeah,
did they pick a particular angel to try to represent, or did they just kind of take all the information it knew about an angel and just throw it together? Do you think?
Well, in one case, it was just it was just like a circle of wings and eyes and.
Okay.
Just horrific looking, like something you'd see out of the movie The Thing, except for it wasn't covered in blood. But the other one I created, I used for our thumbnail for today's show. It actually it had a person in it as well. Let me see if I can show that to you, since you probably can't see the thumbnail.
No, I don't. I didn't get to see it.
I've been working on making us some more gooder thumbnails for the show. I think they're actually the most goodest ones I've ever made.
The most goodest, eh?
That's indeed correct. All right, let me
actually, wait, I think I did see it. It was your face on it?
Kinda. All right, let me go here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I liked it.
Yeah.
I think I liked it.
Window, and this is it right here. Boop. So you can see me there
right.
Going, but look at this angel. You've got eyes going around in a big circle. There's two circles with eyes going around it. There's lion's head. There's a cow head. There's an eagle head. I don't remember what the other one's supposed to be.
Like a hybrid.
Yeah, it's kind of
like
some kind of,
cherubim?
oh my God, run, everybody.
Because it's got like it's got the seraphim-esque with the, like it covers itself, but it doesn't cover its privates. And then it's got the other heads, kind of like it's a cherubim.
Very true. There we go here.
I said, I'm just going to throw this together.
So, I mean, I don't know what my peeps here think of angels, but
what's the peeps think?
Yeah, because we got different people have different notions of what an angel is. I mean, of course, as atheists, I suspect most of you don't really have that kind of an attachment to an angel, but I think a Muslim would probably have a different opinion of what an angel is compared to a Christian, maybe, and compared to a Jew.
I'm sure they've all adapted in their own way, don't they all? I mean, isn't that? Yeah. And of course, they've adapted to this day, and they probably don't even realize that it's changed.
And they have, you're right. And they have, even amongst their own groups, their notions of what something is different. I'm trying to adjust my chair. I changed up my system, so I'm sorry if I'm not quite in the right space. Even within their own groups, different Christians have different ideas of what an angel is. Stefano Oz. Good morning, Stefano Oz. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. I don't recognize your name. Says biblical angels are weird AF. Hashtag
Indeed.
Truth. Yeah, very true.
Hashtag truth.
That would
hashtag weird AF.
Since it didn't cover its genitals, like you said, John Hudson's like, wow, just look at the dong on that thing. Manticore, that's a good one. A manticore, yeah, that's it.
I wonder if angel dong are already circumcised.
That's an interesting question. Ezekiel. Yeah, that's a good question. How do
Ezekiel is the one who described the throne room, right? And the cherubim next to the Ark of the Covenant, and and God's throne. I believe they're like the guardians of the throne.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There are some places in there in that particular scene. That's where they see the creatures, some of the angels around the throne of heaven. That's where we hear them going, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord for all eternity." That's
the scripture where they just repeat?
I remember right. Yeah, they just repeat, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord for all eternity." Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Something like that. So I think that's the same one we get that from.
That would drive me bananas.
Yeah.
Was that on repeat?
Absolutely. That's why I think it's just crazy. Ezekiel, that's kind of Ezekiel. Do angels have skin in the game? I guess that's kind of what Ryan was asking earlier. Do they have foreskin in the game?
Do they have foreskin in the game?
Good morning, Amy Nicole. One of the things I think about often, or I think about could be, if we want to tinker with the idea of God being an actual creature living in this universe, and we weren't his first creations, he created angels first, just like as an alien species on another planet, and went through all this same shit with them, and then eventually the ones that believed he kept, the ones that didn't believe, and now he's moved on to us to find somebody else to work his garden because he couldn't get them to do it.
Yeah.
So now he got us to work the garden, and now
he's like, damn it, I don't want to do this work for infinity.
Ain't nobody going to work his garden. Matter of fact, he probably ought to work it himself. Right? If you want something done right, Almighty, do it yourself.
If you ever saw God's hands, they would be smooth as a baby's butt.
Smooth as. Indeed, I think so.
Damn never lifted a tool himself.
Right. One of the things is, so you're God. You want a garden.
You want them veggies. He wants carrots to put up his butt.
Oh, yeah, carrots. I'm thinking
Sorry,
zucchini.
The devil made me say that. I apologize.
You were compelled by Satan.
I was.
I mean, why didn't he just... It was his garden. God made it. It was like a magic that he made. Why did he need anyone to tend it?
Hello?
Right, exactly. He didn't need anyone to tend it. He just wanted naked people walking around that he could watch and talk at.
You know he did.
Because he's a perv.
He just wanted
Obviously.
something to control, someone to manipulate.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
He likes seeing them naked. That's the part I think.
He wants his
That was the
ego
Ben Sig.
inflated.
That
I
was
mean,
what they really pissed him off whenever they found out they were naked and he couldn't look at them naked anymore.
Right. It wasn't about them
yeah.
being embarrassed. He was embarrassed. He got.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
He
that's
was
the case
outed.
right there. Yes, he was indeed. Angels are smoothies. The Watchers were lying.
Smoothies.
Fantastic. I dig it. That's a great term. I like it. It reminds me of Dogma. I can't name this. The metronome. Anyway, he dropped his pants. He didn't have no junk. It was played by
For
Alan Rickman.
realsies? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. In Dogma, it's funny.
I think I did
stuff.
see Dogma, but it's been so
Yeah.
long. I mean, it's just been so long.
Stefano Oz says, I think God might have some calluses from playing golf. Definitely wasn't watching what was happening here. No doubt. He's probably all groggy from sleeping through the Holocaust. He was very tired. The Metronome. Yeah, left-handed Jedi, the Metronome. Thank you for that. The parallel between the golden apple of immortality from Greek myth and the Garden of Eden. Yeah, let me just
Say what?
I'm just doing something here. Let's go. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right, hold on a second. I got an idea. I got this thing. Oh, damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a computer. Get you off the screen. All right, so let's try this. All right, so I'm gonna go here. Damn it.
I'm sure.
All right, so I'm working on something. I'm working on this. So, son of a bitch.
Lots of stories have that fruit of immortality. Even Inanna, in one of or is it Gilgamesh? Or maybe both.
I'm gonna do this.
Actually,
I'm gonna do this thing real quick and ask it. Hey, Gemini, let me ask you, which story is older, the story of the golden apple of immortality from Greek mythology or the story of the Garden of Eden? Which is older?
That's a fascinating question. The story of the golden apple of immortality comes from Greek mythology, and the Garden of Eden story is from the Hebrew Bible.
Yeah, we know
it's
that.
It's tricky to say definitively. Okay, I'm here.
No, carry on.
Damn it. Okay, I'm here. What's on your mind?
Finish telling me about what you were telling me about with the golden apple of immortality. Carry on.
Okay, so the golden apple of immortality appears in several Greek myths, most notably the story of the goddess Eris, who wasn't invited to a big wedding. She tossed the apple into the crowd, inscribed with, "To the fairest," causing a huge squabble between Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. This ultimately led to the Trojan War. Do you want to hear more about that?
No, I think you're deviating from the point. Which story is older, the golden apple of immortality or the story of Garden of Eden? Be brief.
Okay, I understand. The Garden of Eden story is generally considered older.
There we go. The Garden of Eden story. That's awesome. Okay, thank you.
It's generally considered older.
It could be considered older. Well, it wouldn't surprise me that one another would steal from. I mean, it's not a surprise. We like to, yay, this one here's older because it validates what we say, but they're not all going to be older, now. Just because that one wasn't older. Wait. Let me do this. Okay, let me ask you this, Gemini. Is there a mythological story involving a fruit that gave eternal life that happened? Where the story happened before Eden? Be brief.
No, there is no widely recognized mythological story involving a fruit that grants eternal life that predates the Garden of Eden narrative.
There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, that was almost painless. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily, but there are lots of things. Even if the Garden of Eden story,
it's fruit, but plant. There's other plants.
There you go. The Garden of Eden story itself the parts of that may be its own creation, but there are so many things that they stole. Obviously, so Dr. Kip is here, and that's fantastic. I think the Genesis 2 creation story is at least as early as 7th, 8th century.
Sounds about right.
Okay. BC, I'm sure. BCE. Norse had the apples of Jodin which was basically the same thing. Yes, but that was probably like 8 to 1100 years after, if not further after so that was one of them. I'm just looking to see if there were any of them that had that beforehand, because like the Greeks, they had there's a Decalogue. The Greeks had a Decalogue. They had the virgin birth. They had lots of things like that.
Mm.
Kip Davis, the trees in Genesis are probably based on plant of immortality in the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's an interesting. Yeah, that was where I was fixing to go next, because I was first referred to the one, and then of course the next story is Gilgamesh.
Your chair just go down.
I just lowered it down. I'm trying to get this shit together. My shit together. Kip Davis, yes. So I that's a good thinking that it would actually pull from the story of Gilgamesh. There are lots of things, though, where my point was going, that the Bible, this particular religion, took from other religions, that it picked up from other places. And it wouldn't surprise me if it actually came up with an authentic idea of its own. But the notion that it didn't take Dr. Kip long to go, well, there were these trees.
Well, I said that first. I said Gilgamesh.
Did you? You did say Gilgamesh?
I did.
Are you sure?
I did. Yeah, and there's always this theme of it slipping out of your hands, right? The same thing happened in Gilgamesh, and just like Adam and Eve. But yeah, it's like this unattainable thing. The quest.
Interesting.
There's to live forever.
Right. Well, there's that. There's the story of
smart
Tantalus, the Tantalus who, where we get the word tantalize.
Oh.
Because he's trapped forever because I think did he give fire to man or something? And he's trapped forever, and so he's always thirsty and he's ankle deep in water, but when he reaches down to grab the water, it recedes away from him. He's hungry, there's a fruit, he reaches for the fruit, it pulls away from him. Everything is just on the edge of his ability to get.
Yeah, probably how they were, feeling at the time.
Yes.
Like what's life about? What happens after we die? Why can't we live forever?
Yeah.
Why do we die?
Yeah.
Why do bad things happen?
Kip Davis says Ryan's smart. Listen to Ryan.
That's a big compliment coming from Dr. Kip.
She's a smart one on the show. She is.
Theoretically
says only remake since Gilgamesh and Hammurabi, so unoriginal. Gotcha. Marduk is here. Is that the god they weren't supposed to be sacrificing their children to, Marduk? Or was that a different god? What was it? No.
Are you talking about Moloch?
Moloch. I was so close. I think they're like cousins.
The M.
It was the M.
Has a K in it as well.
And the
depending how you, honestly, that everybody spells that name differently. Really, I've seen it spelled so many different ways anytime I search it up. But
here's an interesting question from Marduk. Marduk asks Dr. Kip, is there a reason why in Genesis Moses has two different names for his father-in-law? I noticed that recently. Maybe he had more than one wife, and then he had more than one father-in-law. Is that possible? I thought he was the one who only had a single wife. I only like brownies to be sacrificed to me. That's a good one. I like that. You mean like the little fairy brownies? Oh, you mean like the chocolate thing? Sorry.
I want a brownie now. Thanks a lot.
Brownies are delicious.
Yum yum.
Chicken mac day.
Yum.
Let's see. Marduk is the god of Babylon and a Tekken character. Yeah. Actually, there's actually a character, if you're familiar with Stargate, they actually go to a place where they encounter what once was the Goa'uld that inhabited Marduk.
The Goa'uld.
Goa'uld. Yeah. Lizard snake creature that gets into your head. Or as I like to call them, the ex-wife.
Abby.
Pixies are better than brownies, especially when they're breaded and deep fried. Agreed. Right-handed Sith. Thank you for joining us this morning, by the way. Appreciate your efforts. The Epic of Gilgamesh seems to be the oldest of the myths with a food of immortality. See, there you go. Some kind of, see, shut up, stupid chat. Gemini, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I asked it this morning before the show. I was like, all right, now if I pause you and I say, hey, Gemini, will you come back on? It's like, yeah, because, you know, we tried it before where you leave it on and it just interrupts you. No matter, I could be talking to you. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. And everything I say, it'll still think, oh, okay.
Just start talking back to you.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to pause you. Will you unpause if I say, hey, Gemini? And, oh, yeah, all you got to do is pay. All right, then go ahead and pause yourself. Okay, I'm going to pause myself. All right, thank you. And it's like, so what do you want to talk about? I'm like, I want you to pause yourself.
Now you never have to talk. Now you can never talk again.
And so it paused itself. And I was like, hey, Gemini. And it didn't unpause. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? You ain't right in the head. This thing is not right in the head. Marduk says in chapter 1, Moses' father-in-law is Reuel. And in the next chapter, it's Jethro. I suspected there was inbreeding going on. And with a father-in-law like Jethro, no offense to any Jethros.
I think I remember hearing that, but I don't know that. I don't remember so much.
Exodus. Oh, you guys are okay. I see. Exodus.
Okay. So that's like a doublet type dealio.
It is. Archradish is here. Did you know that Archradish is here?
Yeah.
In our chat. Archradish.
It's always the chat.
How you doing this morning, Chad? When are you going to join us on the show, man? When are you going to come hang out with us? Do stuff.
Yeah, do stuff. Like, why aren't you doing stuff?
Yeah. Hang out with the cool kids, man. Is it too early for you? Are you out whoring all night and you just can't get up early enough to be on the show? Is that what it is? That's why Grumpy Librarian's never here. Oh, good morning, Grumpy Librarian. How are you doing? I didn't see you there in the chat.
Welcome.
Kip Davis says this, among other names, differences for the characters in the story, is one of several features that scholars use to divide the sources. Interesting. Yeah, just like the story of the Ark, how there's two different stories mashed together there.
And Abraham selling his sister cousin.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Thingy.
Fun for the whole family. I guess that phrase goes way back. Way back. Grumpy Librarian says, Dr. Kip, I loved your video on the hem of God's robe. I'll have to check that out. That sounds intriguing. I have to make a note. The hem of God's robe.
Ooh.
That
was his
cool.
dangly bits hanging out?
Right? Was his fatherly phallus dingly dangling?
His godly glory?
His godly glory. We got $10 super chat from Archradish. Thank you very much, Chad. It says, I was working the streets last night. Here's my tithe. What you need to do is buy yourself a ghost-scented flesh candle. That way, whenever you sin, you can just light a candle and all your sins go away.
Just poof.
Yes, we're working on that. We have new products coming from Father Flanagan's line of products, by the way. We do. I'm working on it very hard. Yes. Let me see. Deviant Outcast says, I'm a dementia goldfish with a Teflon brain. Interesting way to see it. If it's not about Egypt or Scientology or Scandinavian en false depictions in the first millennia, I'm probably not going to know anything about it. Interesting. Cool. Marduk for $5 gave us a sticker. Very good. Thank you, Marduk. We appreciate you very much.
Thanks, Marduk.
Francesca S says it was his junk. She thinks it was his junk.
Oh, yes.
So did the Holy One go around teabagging everywhere he sat down, or what? How's that work?
I mean, he was slanging and swanging.
He probably was. He probably was. I wonder, did he manscape? Or did he go full bush? Did he rock in there full bush, or did he manscape? I'm just kind of curious.
He just does not appear to me to be the manscaper kind of guy.
Doesn't seem to be. No. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think he's rough and rugged. He's like a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, true enough. Dr. Gibb says 2 versions of the Sarai, Sarah, and Hagar stories are quite interesting. God, Elohim, is depicted much more transcendent than Yahweh in the other versions. That's interesting. One of the things my notions on the Sarai and Sarah differences, Abraham. And I'm almost certainly wrong, is that Abram and Sarai were first. They were first. They got old and they died, and they were replaced to continue a lineage by these other two people who then did have children who were, so I think that's why they got the rename. I could be wrong, though, because I don't know shit. I do know that oftentimes in the Bible, for apparently seemingly no reason, people were just given new names. He says, nope, wrong. See? Said, no, yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So it's more like just two completely different stories.
Yeah,
huh?
just two stories woven together.
Awesome. That is cool.
And then repeated with which son? Is it Jacob? Does the same thing?
Grandson, I think.
Grandson
gives away his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was grandson gave away his wife.
Wait, yeah. Why do they do? What is that? What theme is that? I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. Where does that get cool? And where does it get cool enough that you actually brag about that shit in your holy religious text?
This is your leader. This is what you call a man to lead, is by selling off his cherished wife as property where she can be abused. Oh, give me a break. That sounds like a
no, Ryan. To be fair, he didn't sell her off. It was more like a lease.
True, he did get her back.
Yes, he did get her back. Yes, once the lease had expired.
Oh my goodness gracious!
What if the tree of good and evil was God's junk? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, was that tree God's junk? Wow, that's like a dark metaphor right there. Step into my...
I ain't eating that fruit.
No, that's not. No. Archradish says it was a sibling swap, which I have on DVD as well. I think that's legal in many states. I mean, unless it's in the Bible. And it tends to be. John Hudson.
Family.
Geo Sam is here. Good morning, Geo Sam. I want to say, I'm probably going to take a couple of days off, burnout evasion. I've been thinking about that.
You should.
I should. And then, that's part of the reason. A long time ago, I went to get Durante, and then I met, it's just to find, and it's never gotten to the point. Even with you here, you're here, but I've never shown you anything. There's no way you could do anything as far as run the show. So it's my own fault that the show will have to go off for a few days whenever I take a hiatus.
It's all your fault.
It is all my fault. But I am in talks with somebody about possibly helping produce the show in the future. And if I can find somebody who would help produce, then that means I could help find, or I could get somebody else to help run the show.
Right. And so basically anybody could host.
Yes. So that said, I'm probably going to take tomorrow, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday off.
Oh, sweet! Look at you.
I know. I've been thinking about it. So I've been thinking about it, vexing on that because I've been. Yeah, I know. And then yesterday, I was sitting there after the show and I got an email notification, ding, and it says you just got a pup cup. 3 pup cups were purchased by Trip.
Aww.
Trip, thank you. Trip's not here yet today, but Trip and left a note saying thank you for all the effort you put out.
So sweet.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm sitting here talking about the
sweetest chat room in the entire YouTubes.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking about taking a break and taking some time off, and I'm like all kind of down about myself. And then I'll get here this morning, like 40 minutes before the show, there's 5 people in the chat.
I mean, the morning show I used to do, and we didn't even do it every day. We did seasons. And after every season, we would take like a week or 2 off, and then we'd start back up.
Yeah. Well, in my experience with the Daily Atheist Morning Show the last time, taking a day or 2 off was it's hard enough to get the crowd up there. And then when you take a few days off, some of them don't come back. It was kind of.
Well, if you have a premiere or somewhere they can gather.
That's a good idea. I thought about that too. But in this case, I'm not that right now to do something like that would just put me under more pressure.
Not right now. Not now.
But in the future, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my goal is to find somebody who can produce, and we'll have more guests on the show and other things like that. And we could actually just schedule a week of guests and get the producer to help, and you and the guests could take the, I mean, we got lots of ways to make this happen. Same thing for you. You're going to get where you're like, man, I need a break. And we'll work it out. So, but I'm just kind of getting closer. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
So don't get yourself there.
Yes.
So that means you've got to take some.
I need to
days off.
realign where it's fun again, line up and everything. It's, so that'll give me the opportunity to do some things. With that many days off, I'll work on the show. I'll put out some videos. I got some other things I'm gonna work on too. So we'll see. Let me check our chat here. Dr. Artradish, it was a sibling swap. Oh, yeah. To be fair, if you ate that tree, you'd learn what not to do in a hurry. I guess so. Yeah, that was kind of the point. That was the deal, though. God was pissed off because now he can't see him naked.
Look, naked.
Yep. Imagine him coming around the corner and they got all the leaves and stuff on him, and he's like, "What the hell? Where's them nips?"
He's like, "What's going on, man? I brought dollars. I brought shekels."
That's right. Yeah, so that's what I've always wondered. They don't really talk about it. Good morning, Diana Carrillo. They don't really talk about it, but I would like to know. Let's talk. Is there any Christian out there or a theist or a believer out there who's familiar with the story and knows that God got angry whenever they found out they were naked and felt they needed to cover themselves? Was he also naked? Is God also naked? Question number one. If he's not naked, why not? Why wouldn't he be? And then the third question would be, why does he want to see people naked so badly? I mean, I know why I do.
That's his jazz, man. What you talking about?
That is his jazz, I guess so.
That's his thing. That's his bag. That's his bag, baby.
Randall Flagg suggests that Ollie take over the show. And I'm not against that idea. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. I even thought about just seeing about getting somebody to help host it and then producing it myself, just sitting here and just running it in the background, but that still would just be as stressful now. Look at the trees. Good morning. If you give her the schmeckle, you pay the shekel. That's right. That's right. If you get caught. Right? Only if you get caught, though. If you lay down the wood and get away before anybody finds out.
All's
okay.
well, then's well.
Yeah. Free nookie for the man who can run fast. Grumpy Librarian, I've always wondered how badly the Canadian strippers were hurt by the introduction of the loonie. It's never really something that's plagued my mind, but it probably will now.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. If I ever happen to run into a Canadian stripper,
keep that in mind.
Neil the 604 Atheist, I know him. I don't know. He may not be a stripper, but he probably knows a lot of.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Neil.
He's not even here to pick on himself for this. Ambush Apostate said, "I'm telling you, this community is amazing. Best on the tubes." Yeah, they're really awesome. They are fantastic. And one of the things, it got about this far last time, and I was like, man, I just got to stop. But again, I was burning out a lot harder, and we were in more need, and things weren't going, a certain way. So I really just need to kind of take a break and reassess and I want to add a couple of things to the show to make it, a little more interesting. But I decided to go ahead and keep you. No.
Adios.
Shame. Listen, I got her. Anyway, thank you for becoming a member, Chick Magnate. Was it Chick Magnate?
Oh, Geo Sam.
I'm sorry. Geo Sam became a member. Thank you, Geo Sam, for becoming a member. Very much appreciate you. Randall Flagg says God's wrath stems from jealousy, not getting to see the naughty bits anymore. I thought that myself.
Why is he so jealous and insecure?
Right.
I don't understand. What's the matter with you? Did your mom not hug you or something as a kid? As a junior god?
Doesn't God even admit to being a jealous God?
Yeah. Well, yes, he does. And Ezekiel says he's jealous. It's said a few times. You just straight up admitting you're a weakling.
Yeah. You've got issues.
You've issues. Deep-seated issues.
With all the therapists he's created, you'd think he'd go visit one. Just a thought.
Hello.
Hello. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get some coffee real quick and think about what I've done, about my sins. Geo Sam says he likes the nude. He does, and I don't blame him, you know. Just don't vilify the rest of us for enjoying them, you know?
Right?
You know, I got 2 words, nuns and nips.
Free the nip.
I mean, yeah, free the nip, let the nut. Yeah, I mean, it goes. All right, guys, I'm going to do a thing. Let me go here, and we're going to do. Yeah, I really need to still work on more commercial. Let's do this.
Hello, and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, you know, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. Ah, I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep, back and forth upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, you know, people. So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not. Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
All right, we are back. Brent Day says, hey, Chris, I saw him first talking about our, what is it? Charles Oliviero. Good to see you there, Charles. Nice to, don't spam though. I mean, like if you just start posting Jesus is Lord over and over again, we'll bounce you. Talk, chat, argue, debate. Don't spam. You say someday, TJTA, Jesus is Lord. Yeah, this is not going to end well, is it? What is it about God? Just doesn't send his best or his brightest. It's always, goodness gracious. Anyway, so yeah, Jesus, we got other people who are mentioning there. We got, I saw Michael Flaherty was brought up. He's the Lord of the Dance. We've got the Lord of the Flies.
Oh,
I guess Jesus is the Lord of the Morons. Did I say that out loud? Did that come out of my mouth? Satan
didn't hear
compelled me to
nothing.
say that. 1,000 apologies. I will
Whoopies.
repent and flog myself later.
Whoopsies.
That's what we're calling masturbation now.
Flogging?
Flogging. You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted? Oh no,
still
it's
muted.
not working. Let me come back.
Oh, I hear you. I'm sorry. You're really low. No, you're there. You're there. It's me. It's on my
Okay.
end.
Oh,
There you go. I switched gears during the commercial.
awesome.
Yes, and we've got some tech gremlins. My chat thing isn't working, so like our streaming chat isn't working its best. So no worries, we'll get there, my friends. Bear with me. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Charles, yeah, probably gonna get bounced, man. I'm telling
Hi,
you.
Charles.
If you want to stay in the chat,
Vaya con
Oh,
el
well.
diablo.
yes. That's funny. That's fun. Let's go here. I'm gonna go chat ninja. All right, so chat ninja's not there. I'm just trying to fix our chat real quick for fun. Let's go Studio One. Where the hell is Studio One? Okay, and then we're gonna go there and go there. There we go. Chat ninja, and I'm gonna refresh it and see
Goblin
if that
King,
helps us out.
Goblin King.
It did not work. It just made it disappear. That's all right. So it's
Uh-oh.
frozen apparently. Marduk, King of Worms. Right. There are lots of different kings out there. Lords of lords of lords of lords. Archradish says Solomon was definitely working out his issues. I don't know about one-handedly. He was knocking back lots of nook. I'm just saying. Didn't he have lots of wives and concubines with wives and
Solomon was getting it in.
yeah. I don't know that his hand got any action. I'm just saying. Randall, though they never had an interest in the new. I'm going to have to go over here to this other chat. At least I can see what's going on. Charles, he is love, much I love, I will tell you.
Say who what?
I'm just going to go on the notion that this probably isn't your first language. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Charles, you are the evidence. Just look how complex you are. Okay, maybe it's not your second language. You're just bad with your first. Yeah. Is this where you're going to, yeah, we do this all the time.
Aquifus? Thomas Aquifus?
I'll let that. Yeah.
Aquinas?
I'll allow that.
That's
We'll
a
allow
good
it.
name.
Thomas Aquifus, please don't be a douchebag. Please be somebody cool.
I hope so. With a name like that, you would hope, but
You would hope. Yeah.
so funny.
Let me look. That is good. That is a fantastic name. Neurogeezer. That is a circular argument from Charles. Yeah, Charles. Who created your God?
You're just how complex you are. Oh, I'm complex. Look at the trees, you guys. There you
Yeah.
go. It's proof.
It is proof.
It is proof.
Yep. And yet their God is so complex. And it didn't need a creator, and it was able to just come into existence. So why did we need a creator? Why couldn't we just pop into existence? I mean, if we're going down that road.
It's just look at the trees you called. I did. I called and you came. Thank you.
It was a blessing that you.
We needed proof of God and you entered the chat.
I like doing this. I like doing this with the fun ones. Charles, well, Did you know Jesus was not sacrificed? He was executed. Since he wasn't sacrificed, he didn't die for your sins. Did you know that? I should point him over to my
Oh yeah, you should.
Look at that. It's starting to work again. Yay.
Yeah, I noticed the chat wasn't loading.
Yeah. I've been trying to refresh it and seeing that's part of what was distracting me. Terry Beebe is here. Good morning, Terry Beebe. What is your favorite tree?
Cedar. Cedars of Lebanon, baby.
There you go. I don't think I have a favorite tree. I don't think I'd ever. What is your favorite tree, Terry? Share with us. I'd like to know.
Yes.
God equals the square root of -1 is here. Good morning. Yeah, I know you're playing with our Christian. At least we got some lions in the chat to feed.
Well,
Sick rally railside Jesus. I mean, the whole deal is they can't even bring decent arguments for their stuff. I've seen atheists make better arguments for their God than these people tend to make in the chat. Because the Bible said so. Jesus must be real. Because you're complex, that means Jesus.
I know. That's the argument Jehovah's Witnesses used as well. They're like, look at your eyes, how complex your eyes are. There's no way that could be by chance. Crazy evolution.
That's interesting. And how many different ways has the eye evolved? It's evolved quite not different ways, different times, independently of itself. It's evolved. And we have every stage of evolution. We can show how it evolved from light sensitive cells on the top of the skin to, let's see. Fern Lovebond says, we steel man their arguments while they straw man us. That makes me want scarecrow emoji. Oh, that's a good idea.
Scarecrow emoji.
Archradish. Hey, now we've had a lot of fun here, but God does listen to Slayer.
Does he?
One would think. I don't know. As a lion, I'm not satisfied. This theist is not even a snack. Right? I know.
Need a meal.
Like I said, they don't bring their best. Kip Davis says, if there is a God, okay, this chat down here is working, then of course he listens to Slayer. Right? Depends on your perspective. Is God cool or is God a douchebag? Do you like Slayer? Do you not like Slayer? But I guess it's the omnipotent God, so it's both a cool God and a douchebag, and it hates Slayer while at the same time loving Slayer.
Yeah. Is he one of those posers?
I'm thinking so. May Slayer be upon you. I beat you to it.
Definitely a poser.
Definitely a poser. Grumpy librarian, my eyes are crap. Let me tell you something sometime about proliferative diabetic retinopathy. Proliferative diabetes. Most of the damage is not from the disease itself, but the body's idiotic response to it. Wow, that sucks. I'm going to avoid that. I don't want to get any of that on me. Wowzer. Sorry to hear that, Grumpy Librarian. Especially if you're a librarian.
Right?
That would suck.
When reading is life.
Yes. If Yahweh wasn't such a ginormous, giganormous, I like that. Giganormous narcissistic psychopath, he and Ozzy would be rocking it up. Probably true. Citation, trust me, bro, you watch, Yeah, Chris George is here. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. Yes, yes. There are a lot of words there, a lot of words. I appreciate those words. Ambush Deposit say, don't be hating on 5-Finger Death Punch now.
I like 5-Finger Discount.
There you go. Yeah. First time I ever heard about that was like at the Walmart. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. Yeah. Like got it on a 5-Finger Discount. I'm like, what is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. I was at the, do you guys use like the self-checkout? I do, yeah.
You do have okay, because they're not like everywhere.
They're
So
not.
the self checkout I normally go to was like upgraded, and normally I get through with not much of a problem. You know, I know how to. How long have we been doing this ourselves? I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. And this freaking thing was going like anytime it just touched a little bit, it would pop me up on the screen and like show the action I just did. So it like showed my hip accidentally like hit. I'm like, you've got to be effing shitting me. What the hell is this AI doing? Like, give me a goddamn break. I'm not stealing anything. Ugh, annoying.
Wow. You know, I remember, you guys may not remember, there was this commercial. It was probably, 10 or 15, maybe even longer years ago. And it showed this guy. He's in a grocery store. And he's wearing a long overcoat. It's black. He's looking shady. He's walking around. He grabs some things, and he puts them in his pockets, and he's sneaking. He's putting them in his pocket. And then he walks out the door, ding, 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 and it makes this noise. And that was it, actually just ringing him up and him paying for it automatically all through his thing. He didn't have to do anything. It just scanned everything in his body, and it made it look like he was stealing. But the whole time it was showing that, hey, this is going to be a cool system. You won't have to go through the hassle of checking out.
Right. Okay.
That's not what happened.
No, that's not what we're looking at here.
That is not what happened.
No. Oh, that was just so weird. Because I've never seen it replay the last like 5 seconds or whatever it was back to me. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit much.
Yeah. Yeah. That is weird. A little invasive.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't like that.
Archradish says, I sprinkle glitter on my cashews and ring them up as bananas. If they catch me, I'd just say that's not bananas. They say, yeah, but it's
bananas.
But it's pretty nuts. I like the pretty nuts part. Yes. Well done, Archradish. Well done. God equals the square root of -1 says, well, he's quoting, well, I think there may be some hyperbole in here. It says, well, I like to know what I'm doing when I do it. And I do what I'm doing because I don't know what to do when I'm not doing it. The Daily Atheist Morning Show. At the Daily Atheist Morning Show. That's right. That's how, live a life of confusion.
You got to do what you do,
Brent A shows they are recording you to disincentivize shoplifting. Well, yeah. Well, we get that. Just feels
so weird. Yeah, it just feels so weird. I don't know. It makes me want to steal.
You know what happened to us? We went. You may not know this. Makes you want to steal. Makes me want to sin.
There's that personality disorder where you're just kind of combatant, and I am sometimes very resistant to people telling me what to do. Asking me, however, is a completely different story. But being told what to do just is actually the disincentivized to me to do the right thing.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'll do if you ask me nicely.
I mean, sometimes I accidentally drop a carton of eggs.
Oh, damn. Oh, that kind of person. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Like, did I just drop that egg? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would not do that.
Well, talking about the whole thing watching you, did you know this about Costco? When you go through Costco and you scan an item, you then put it on this big tray.
Mm-hmm.
It knows the weight of each item. And if the item you put on that tray is not the same weight as what it thinks it should be, it will call the people over. And I know this because the last time we were at Costco, their little scanner thing was broken. And every time we put something on it, it'd freak out. They'd come over, they'd fix it. Then it'd work for like 2 or 3 items, and then it'd break again. And yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, normally, if you accidentally touch the scale, like say you bump into the scale, you stand back, it'll regulate itself, and the call for the attendant will go away. And that's what freaked me out, because where it would normally regulate itself and figure out, okay, that was just an accident, the attendant had to come over. So this dude's running around, the only person watching, 12, whatever, self-checkout registers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little much.
Isn't that crazy? And, as far as a lot of this goes, listen, if you see someone shoplifting food, no, you didn't. I don't see why they regulate stealing food. I just think if they see somebody stealing food, and it's that, one of the shitty things about our capitalist society is where's baby formula and baby diapers? They lock that shit up.
Oh, I know.
You think the people who need that are the most desperate. If they're willing to steal that, they're probably the most desperate of people. And
what does that say about us as a society, though?
Yeah, it reflects on us something fierce.
It really does. I'm not saying, hey, let people go steal stuff, but why have we gotten to a point where we've allowed infamil formula to become so expensive?
Yeah.
And then force people into having children.
Yeah, that's really what they want to do. They want to force them to have. Well, remember, we talked about that. Mike Johnson, he would love to have you forced into having a bunch of children because each child you get, he would want to vote. He gets a vote for your child. That's not even counting the money.
Mm-hmm.
So no wonder why the conservatives want each other to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Grumpy Librarian, most self-checkouts have me around me have disabled the weight check because it's so error prone and rely on cameras. Whenever I first encountered them, they would watch you, and if you put something, like if you moved wrong and it thought you put something in the area but you didn't put something in the area, it would stop. And they finally got better about that to where you don't have to. It still sucks though. Gray old dude says, I refuse to use self-checkout. I am buying my shit from you so you can check me out.
I feel that.
Yeah, I do too. I can respect that kind of deal.
I just sometimes, if it's quicker to go through this, I just prefer it because I know what I'm doing. I bring my own bag so I can bag it myself. I prefer to bag it myself because I hate if I don't bring my bags, and if they have a bagger and they give me like 500 bags instead of just giving me like 3 bags, because I just be doing this. I got like all my bags on my arms. Mm-hmm. I ain't going back to the car. It's in one trip.
I know what you're talking. And then they're like, oh, an onion. Here's a bag. A box of crackers. Here's a bag. I'm like, what the hell?
I put your deodorant in a separate bag. But you know what? As somebody who worked at the register in my teenage years, one of my first jobs, there are people who are very particular about their groceries, like far too particular. I had to tell them, like, have you seen how we unpack these items? Just FYI, like your bread and your eggs, got you. But if you're worried about your box of cereal getting like bent, you need to get bent.
Neurogeezer says they deliberately don't hire enough checkers, and that makes it faster to use.
I'm causing the problem, basically.
Archradish, a box of crackers. My relatives name my relatives have names. Chris, I get you. That's true. Yeah.
It's not my favorite tree. It's my box of crackers.
There you go. Gray old dude, I worked at the Walmart for years. Self-checkout is the source of most theft. I wouldn't be surprised.
Pardon me.
I thought, it doesn't surprise me. It's just not a terribly good idea in certain ways. But,
yeah, I mean, of course, people are gonna.
Yeah,
they're going to steal if they can steal. If they can steal and they need it, or just because they can. Yeah. Well,
there are. Ambushed Apostate makes a good point. There are people out there who would steal boxes of formula not to help their baby, but to sell on eBay or some shit. There's that, we're not talking about that kind of stealing. In our world, in fact, based on the way things are going with Trump and the economy, we'll probably see a lot more poor people desperate for food. So,
yeah,
fun times in a conservative country, a Nazi country, whatever you want to call it.
Everything's shrinking.
Let me see here. No, sorry, but that's some white person hatred of poor people. Fuck that attitude. White person.
IDK.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, me either. I think we're still talking about the I don't know. I'm going to take a break. We're going to take a break. I'm going to heat up my coffee. Whenever we get back, we're going to do We're going to do Theocracy Watch. Get out of here with all this.
Are you feeling the world is leaving you behind? Do you look at all the pseudoscience, rumors, and wild speculation on the internet and wonder, why can't I do that? Well, friend, you can. We can help you. We are Conspirowin. Conspirowin has a long history of helping anyone with a hidden truth. We will get your message out. The conspiracy theories you see today all started out with one person's vision. The moon landing hoax was launched by a NASA engineer whose manager didn't okay his vacation request. Conspirowin was there to help out. Christianity started out because one little girl named Mary got pregnant out of wedlock, and Conspirowin saved the day. Now, the virgin birth is accepted Catholic doctrine. You may be thinking, but my idea of the center of the earth being made of ice is far-fetched. No one's going to believe that. In a world where people believe windmills cause cancer, we say no dream is too big. Conspirowin will take your fledgling idea and feed it to our YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok operatives. And these savvy social media professionals will raise doubts with the prevailing scientific consensus. They will say no one has ever seen the planet's core except Jesus. And science is wrong all the time. That's why science has theories and not Jesus. Within 30 days, we guarantee you CNN will run a story on how your conspiracy theory isn't true. We will also give you 100% assurance Fox News will say your crazy idea about the Earth's core being an icy ball is true. Follow your heart. Listen to the voices no one else can hear. Team up with Conspirowin.
Yeah, and we are back. Good morning, Kelly Laughlin. Thank you for joining us. All right, looks like our chat is getting feisty over the notion of theft. There are various ideas about theft, and I can imagine there would be. I'm going to ever so keenly distract from that topic by bringing your attention, if you will, pay attention to my poll. Yes, I know my poll. It's quite hairy.
Woo.
Yeah, yes, it's one of those. What are your thoughts on angels? Is the question of the day. The answers, I only have 4 options. I chose 3, and then an all you can choose answer. There is a link in the chat. So, option number 1. What do you on the question? What do you think of what are your thoughts on angels? Option number 1. Great team, but they could use some fresh blood on the mound. Okay. Option number 2. Okay. Cool bikes and leather. Did you know they do toy drives for kids?
Hells Angels?
They do. You do know that?
No, I was just. Did you say Hells Angels or no?
I didn't say Hells Angels. I just said, all right. Yeah, I just left that part out. And I said cool bikes, and you have to figure out it's a Hells Angels.
Right.
And then I finally got to it. What's up with all the eyes and wings? DNA splicing gone wrong. That was the 3rd answer. So answer A, great team, but they could use fresh blood on. That's the LA Angels, for those of you who are into baseball. I am not. I had to look that up. Cool bikes and leather. Did you know they do drives for kids? That's for the Hells Angels. Hells Angels, if you're watching, promise to never beat me up. I said good things about you on the show. Or at least I didn't say bad things about you on the show. Yet. And then, of course, what's up with all the eyes and wings, DNA splicing gone wrong? Part of the deal, though, whenever you've got a creature that's got 6 wings on one creature, that's a lot of Buffalo Wild Wings. That's a lot of chicken in a bucket right there.
Ooh, delicious.
Right? I'm thinking. Angel wings. Angel wings.
Mm.
Like barbecue buffalo wings, but like made out of angels.
I think that sounds like a delicious idea.
I think so, too. I'm going to go with it. Chipotle.
It's not cannibalism because, they're not human. So
no, they're not human. No, they're not. No. Cannibalism. No, they're like birds, aren't they? They're birds.
Closer to birds than humans.
If you're thinking about the 11th century angel with wings, I guess so, maybe. Ambushed apostate. Brent thinks it's disrespectful. If I don't condone people stealing food like it's normal, we have laws in place to prevent ideas like this for a reason. Guys, I appreciate you. It's not really something y'all should argue about. It's not a hill to be dying upon or fighting upon or none of that business. You do you. I'm just saying it's a wasted effort. Bomb Poppy sounds like Father Flanagan is getting into the restaurant business. That's not a bad idea. Father Flanagan does indeed have some products up his sleeve. And that's one of the things, like for those of you who are just getting here, I'm talking about taking a break. I'm going to take 4 days off of streaming. But while I'm doing that, while I'm gone, I'm going to work on some things. And one of them is a project that I have in mind with Ryan. And I spent this morning actually scripting it out. I've got it all scripted it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I got it scripted out. I'm going to send it to you. What I haven't decided yet is, do I want to send you the whole script or just your part? Because if I just send you your part and you can do it, then when you watch the video itself, you'll be just as surprised as everyone else.
Meh.
But if I send you the whole script, you'll know what I say. What happened? But yeah, I'll probably send you the whole script. It's easier.
No, you can do whatever you want.
No, it's just easier that way. Marxism, y'all are going to the Marxism stuff, huh? You know, I don't know. Kelly Lofton, what if I stole food so I could sell it? See, Kelly kind of came in late. That's how the thing started, really. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. What if food should be a human right?
I mean,
and everybody should be allowed at least a minimum amount of certain kinds of food.
What if grocery stores stopped throwing good food away and started giving it to people?
That don't be saying shit on the show like that. We can't have talk like that on the show. They do that in France.
And it would and think of how many jobs we could create.
Yes. Right. I mean, well, of course, they're going to need security to protect that food that they're not going to be able to throw away, that they're going to give to the poor people. Anyway, I'm crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do the Theocracy Watch. Let's do Theocracy Watch, my friends. Here we go.
You're tuned in to the Atheist Morning Show on the DAM Network. And this is Theocracy Watch.
Trump and his greatest of all time grifters are running an open door policy at the EPA, handling it like a flea market. They have opened the door for protections that once saved lives, now selling to the highest bidder. One of Trump's newest flunkies, Lee Zeldin, recently announced plans to scrap the 2009 endangerment finding. This scientific and legal foundation asserts that greenhouse gases include carbon emission and methane pose a threat to public health. Without it, the government loses the power to regulate climate pollution. And Abiy, Ford, and the oil lobby are lubed up and ready to go, screwing not only us, but the effects will be felt worldwide. In one day, they implemented 31 deregulatory measures, rolling back significant changes. Has anyone ever heard of forever chemicals? Targets included everything from climate safeguards to environmental justice programs, which allow corporations to yet again cash in while ordinary Americans breathe in dirtier air and face harsher climate disasters. Thankfully, scientists are already rushing new reviews to reaffirm the health risks, like California Rob Banta, who is rallying other states to prepare lawsuits. It's a given that polluting giants like Exxon, Chevron, and Koch-funded network, or did I say Koch-funded networks, are already licking their chops to cash in on this clearance sale. For instance, the Clean Air Act of 1970, which cut smog saved hundreds of thousands of lives and even extended U.S. life expectancy. It's being hollowed out in real time. America's clean air and water were supposed to be our inheritance, and as Christians, they are called to be stewards of Earth, not her pimp. But Trump and his crew are flipping it for profit while we foot the bill with our lungs and our future. Every day, this administration continues to endanger everything in America. States. It's a good idea to start calling your state's AG office and support the boots on the ground. So all is not lost. Stay curious. Yeah, yet. So please continue to ask questions, but for real, call those agencies that are doing the boots on the ground thing, help your state, protect your state.
Please. Absolutely. I'm gonna leave. Look at that. I'm going to leave that at that. I'm going to go to our chat. Let's go back to I'm going to try to take it to a happy place. Can we go to a happy place?
Happy place. You like a woo sauce? You need a little.
Yeah. We're going to go back to our poll, my hairy poll. All right. The reason why is because we did the thing. Join us. So what are your thoughts on angels? Now, this morning, I came up with two pretty easy. The LA Angels, the baseball team, even though I didn't know anything about them. I knew there was a baseball team out there called the Angels. So that was easy. So the first option is great team, but they could use some fresh blood on the mound. I have no idea who their pitcher is. Angels pitcher, if you're watching, I don't mean to slight you at all.
I can find it.
Right. Number 2, the option number 2, and this is the one that's leading, is cool bikes and leather. Did you know they do toy drives for kids? So that was number 3 was, because I run out. I couldn't really think of anything good for angels. I thought about like making something about a Victoria's Secret angel, but usually by the time you get through that long, it kind of loses its funny, you know. I just went with what's up with all those eyes and wings? DNA splicing gone wrong. And that one's actually coming in second with 35% of the vote. So here we go. I want to see what some of our viewers had to say about it. All right, so we've got Mickey Gnome 8S says Isaiah picked the wrong mushrooms for his stew. Yes, and
getting high.
ripped off some imagery from Mesopotamian sculptures and friezes. That'd be an interesting way to do it. It wouldn't surprise me to think that some of these religious beliefs or some of these stories were gleaned by misinterpreting something they saw somewhere else. They didn't understand it. They misinterpreted it, but it looked cool. They tried to explain it, and this is what they came up with.
Well, they have those statues, those similar statues that look like the cherubim. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Well, no. But we have precedent of them where somebody will take something they don't understand, it looks cool, and try to interpret it into their own religion. Right. That was Joseph Smith. We were just talking about that with the Book of the Dead.
Right.
You know? So it wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Trip, thank you very much for the pup cups. The puppies very much enjoyed them. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So sweet.
Yes. Thank you. Sapphic Hazard, the U.S. attorney, is also the lawyer who did my name change paperwork. I think I radicalized her.
Excellent. Good job.
Good morning, Trip. You know, I think it's really funny. We were talking about that one lady. What's her name? Kim something.
Oh, from yesterday?
Yeah,
Davis?
Kim Davis, the one who's like probably one of the worst examples of what it is to be a good. Yeah.
That's a lot of nerve to be the one to say what is acceptable in marriage and what's a biblical marriage when you yourself are breaking the 10 Commandments, and the 10 Commandments don't even mention anything about homosexuality. Yeah. So that's not against the 10 Commandments, but what you're doing is. So give me a.
It is. I mean, over and over again. And what do they do? We know that these kind of people, it just kills me. They love those 10 Commandments, but as soon as you press them on how horrific the God of the Old Testament is, what do they start singing? The song of, oh, that's the old covenant. We don't do that. Jesus is the new covenant. And then
God all of a sudden is different. He had to change your heart. I thought God was steady. What is that called? Consistent.
Yeah. Consistent. Well, actually, yeah, very not consistent.
Yeah, that's very inconsistent. If he goes from being a warlord to a loving God.
Yeah. Ember says, I walk in and I hear Kim Davis. Oof. Yeah, I know, right?
I know.
Like, did I just step in something? What's that smell?
She's a skibbity Christian. She's going to be in the record books, in the dictionary. As a skibbity Christian.
You know, I really feel like history needs to look poorly on these people. They better. Bad.
They better. That's why I'm making content. That's why we're making this content. Yeah. Somebody's gonna watch this one day.
Right. You know, one of the things is that we really. All right. So I'm gonna give you a test, and I mean nothing bad about this. Okay, and we'll see. We all know Adolf Hitler. Who else? Can you name any other German politician or officer? Maybe I could probably do 3 or 4 tops. Can you name any other person that helped facilitate his rise to power, or can you name any of the
Stalin?
No, Stalin was a different. Country. What I'm talking about is like what politicians in Germany that actually facilitated his rise to power. Where are the names of the Lindsey Grahams Where are the names
right.
of the ones, the sycophants who sucked
Yeah.
Adolf's dick and got him to the power? Because that's what happened. Where are their names? We don't know their names.
True.
And I think that's what a lot of these
I
people,
certainly don't.
yeah, like Marco Rubio. We don't where are the Marco. We don't know who the Marco Rubios of the Nazi regime were. Their names are lost. I mean, you could probably go find them, but it take effort. Not enough people know their names, and that's what's going on here. I mean, a lot of people will remember Trump, but not enough people are going to know that Lindsey Graham dropped to his knees every time Donald Trump threatened our nation. You know,
Certainly did.
and we've got video of is it Marco Rubio talking about calling Trump a Nazi and how he's a fascist and how he's going to take over our country, and then turn right around and next thing you know, he's sucking Trump's dick. Our VP called Donald Trump a fascist Nazi. And then, of course, changed his mind. So Elon Musk is friends with the alt-right AfD party in Germany. That's very true. That is very true. And that's kind of the deal. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Not some of you, maybe some of you may not be. He went over there and he went to one of their campaign parties and in front of all these people told them that they shouldn't be ashamed of the sins of their grandparents. Well,
What?
you know, I'm not saying that if a German comes in my place and is looking for a job, I'm going to go, no, your grandparents were bad. They were
Right.
not. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't obviously shame them that way. That's not what he's saying though. And we know that's not what he's saying.
Right.
You know? Feel free to go and do it all over again.
Yeah. It's just it's intentional misconstruing. Yeah. It's not what he meant.
And Ember says Vance said he was a never Trumper until it benefited him. Well, wasn't Vance? I'm pretty sure. Oh, what was that other guy's name? Who's in jail now for 7 years? But wasn't Vance a cross-dresser, a transvestite? Is that the appropriate term?
I don't think transvestite is the appropriate term. Cross-dresser, maybe. I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know, but I don't think transvestite is. Somebody in the audience knows.
Somebody in the audience will know. Let's see.
I thought that
Let's
was
find
an
out.
outdated term.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it may be now. That's what I did. It may not be an act. It may be outdated. A person who dresses in clothes primarily associated with the other sex, the transvestite. Okay. So that's the only reason why I'm kind of was sure of that is because of Rocky Horror Picture Show, the transsexual transvestite song that they sing. Anyway. Yeah, it's
right.
That's how old I am. Theoretically, J.D. Vance came to Munich and blamed everybody. They would censor the alt-right party and pay too little to NATO. You know, I think it's shameful of all the things that they've claimed the left was going to do. And then as soon as they got into power, they did it. They were talking about, because it was really getting bad with the cooties. And Biden was looking to maybe get some help from the National Guard. And the right freaked out. If the National Guard, if people's in the National Guard, all states' right, states' right, states' right. Donald Trump, though, calls in the National Guard for peaceful protesters. You know what he's done now in D.C.? Because we know D.C. is that in D.C. the crime rate has gone down for years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's all over the news. Yeah. Not really. And Donald Trump doesn't believe it. And they're investigating the people who do those studies. Can you believe that bullshit? If you don't like something,
for it.
I know. If you don't like something, you just go and stick the law after them. That's literally what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking the law after them. Well, hell, he fired that one lady, you know. The lady who ran his stats on the jobs.
Yeah, the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, because he didn't like the job numbers.
Gotcha. Ooh, Ember's got a good one. This is the clarifier for me. Ember says transvestite is a present term, but there's confusion about who it refers to. Cross-dressers, drag performers, other folks. Education can fix those. So, like, I always thought a transvestite is somebody who cross-dresses, like in their own private life, for whatever reason. A person who is a drag performer, technically, is a transvestite because they do wear clothes of the opposite sex, but that's
They do
not
publicly.
primarily. Yeah, there's a difference between them because that's performative. But I don't know how they feel about that.
I need to learn.
Yeah.
It seems.
I do. Yeah. Let me see. Vesta Free is here. Good morning. Hans Frank. They have mental issues, in your opinion. Who has mental issues? You talking about the right-wing people? Who are you talking about? Hans Frank? I'm hoping you're not a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche. Please don't be a douche. No. I remember that one earlier. Hey, look, there's a new name. Don't be a douche. Don't spam. Don't preach. For long, they're banned out of the channel. Let me see here. But I can see how it's a problem in certain. Yeah, I don't know.
So is vestite like appearance, like vest? You know, like is
like vestiges.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes. I didn't know, and I'm glad I do know. I obviously have some ignorance where I need to learn.
Right. That is cool. I dig it. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, all right. So now I got another question. I even feel odd asking about this one because I'm just not sure. This was the only expression I knew of for a trans person most of my life, and that was hermaphrodite. I didn't even know if they were real whenever I was younger. But the term hermaphrodite, in most of my adult life, if that was the only way I knew of. I used to have this business partner, and he used to make these jokes all the time. He would talk about, will they catch you going to that chicks with dicks or dudes with boobs website? That was his biggest joke. He'd do it to his customers all the time. But to me, that was the only term I knew for them, but it was also a slanderous term. So I really didn't know. I don't know. So I'd like some clarity on that one. That one is considered a slur.
Which
okay.
one?
I'm thinking the hermaphrodite.
Don't say it again. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Well, it's good to know. That one I always, okay. Well, yeah, that would kind of make sense. That, I wouldn't actually know the scientific term coming from like West Texas white trash, little white kid. That has never meant trans. That's what they use to call certain intersex people. Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. Again, the difference to somebody where I come from is there's no difference. But now I know there's a difference between a transsexual individual and an intersex individual. And they're interesting. Interesting. Grumpy Librarian. Hermaphrodite is a condition, not an identity. That's okay. You guys got it. Y'all are on it. I'm learning new things. Here is what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to run us. I'm not going to do any. I'm going to go ahead and close out the show a little early today.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm going to close out a little early. For those of you who didn't hear, I'm going to take a couple days off, but I'm going to be back next Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, going to be off. And what I'll do whenever I get back from my vacation, I'll work harder on finding someone to help fill in so we can do the technical stuff. I mean, Ryan probably could do it because she has OBS. It's a pain in the ass. If you're not a person who knows how to do it, it's not worth it. I don't want to put Ryan through that. But we'll get there. So guys, I appreciate you all. We'll figure out something. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, a good weekend, and I'll see you the middle of next week. Thank you, Trip. Thank you all for your support. Let me read our super chats. And I do want to again say thank you for the 3 pup cups that you bought yesterday, Trip. Very much appreciate you. It's really cool whenever you get an email going, hey, somebody did that. It's awesome.
Sweet.
Very sweet. Let's go here to fan funding. And we've got Arch Radish for $10 says, I was, in fact, working the streets last night. Here's my tithe. Thank you for that. $5. Mark Marduk gave us a $5 sticker. It's a hippo clapping. I like a hippo clapping. And then Geo Sam became a channel supporter. Thank you very much. All the channels, we're cheap. We're cheap. The more channel supporters we have, the more little emojis we can have. Thank you all. You have all been wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you, Ryan. I will see you next week.
See you next week, guys. Love you. Maybe we'll go live in the morning.
Maybe. But there you go. Maybe go check out Ryan's channel.
Maybe. Bye.
Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Confession booths busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.